I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Diffuse, mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living in different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, applied myself.
Welcome back to CTC. I am your gracious host, Carl, and I'm here for the first round of the NCAA tournament. It is tournament season. We have the round of 68 that start today. It ends tomorrow. So we're going to go over the 4 games about that. And I'm going to have some NIT quick picks for you. So before I get started, I would like to ask that you leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the network. It helps the channel. It helps my channel, CTC, by way of the Refuse to Lose network. It helps channels like BWT, Baseball with Teddy, for all your baseball content. FFC, which went live today, off hiatus, went live talking about free agency, fantasy football with Coach Coombs. Joe's Kings Talk, who does Kings Topics, RBO, got off hiatus. He went live yesterday, talked about Paolo and the Magic, talked about Sabonis and his double-doubles, talked about a couple different things in the NBA topics. Had Dave's Doghouse. Dave's Doghouse is going live tomorrow. Somebody's getting out the doghouse, can't tell y'all who. And we got In the Red Corner, last but certainly not least. In the Red Corner, featuring Ty, Ricky, and Fast Cam, who should be going live this Sunday, I believe. But we would like to ask you that you leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the channel, helps the network. If you like what you're listening to, stick with us. All right. So I got to kind of hurry up and get this done because the first game starts in about 30 minutes. And the first game for the round of 68, Howard versus Wagner, 640 on True TV. As you can see, Howard is the favorite by 3.5 points. Wagner is led by Melvin Council Jr., 14.6 points per game, 5.7 rebounds per game, and 1.4 steals per game. Teron Allen, 10.8 points per game and 5.1 rebounds per game. And Javier Esquerra, 7.1 points per game and 4.3 assists per game. Now, Wagner is 345th in scoring offense, 63.5 points per game. 6th in scoring defense, 62.1 points per game allowed. 346 in field goal percentage, shooting 39% from the field. And 64th in field goal percentage allowed, 41.8% from the field allowed. So Wagner, as you can see, pretty good defensive team, leaves a lot to be desired on offense. Now you got Howard. Howard is led by Bryce Harris, 16.6 points per game, 7.6 rebounds per game, 1.1 steals per game, and 1.1 blocks per game. Seth Towns, the 8th-year senior, 14.2 points per game, 6.6 rebounds per game, and 1 steal per game. And Marcus Dockery, 13.7 points per game and 3.3 rebounds per game. Howard is 127th for scoring offense, 75.1 points per game. 254th scoring defense, 74.4 points per game allowed. 145th in field goal percentage, shooting 45.1% from the floor. And 235th in field goal percentage allowed, giving up 44.6% from the floor. Now, with that being said, I am choosing Howard over Wagner. Howard does have the 8th-year senior Seth Towns. I keep saying center. Senior Seth Towns, which bodes well in the tournament. Wagner is going to be tough for them to score. I know they're going to make it tough on Howard to score, but Howard has guys. They have 3 guys averaging double figures, and that bodes well for teams in the tournament. Wagner has 2 guys averaging double figures. So I'm rolling with Howard in this one. I think when push comes to shove, Howard's going to be able to get a bucket more so than Wagner is. Now, you could say Wagner's going to be able to get a stop more so than Howard, which is true, but I'm rolling with Howard in this one. The next game tonight, it's Colorado State at UVA or versus UVA, Virginia. Colorado State, is favored by 2.5 points. The game is tonight, 30 minutes after the Wagner Howard game. So it's right now scheduled for 9:10, but you know how it goes. It never ends directly on schedule. So we'll say 30 minutes after on True TV. For who I put for Colorado State, they're led by Isaiah Stevens, 16.5 points per game, 7 assists per game, and 1.2 steals per game. Joel Scott, 12.9 points per game and 6 rebounds per game. Nick Clifford, 12.2 points per game and 7.5 rebounds per game, 1.5 steals per game. Now, Colorado State is 97th in scoring offense, 76.4 points per game. 74th in scoring defense, 68.4 points per game allowed. 18th in field goal percentage, 48.8% from the floor. And 144th in field goal percentage allowed, 43.2% allowed from the floor. Virginia is led by Reese Beckman, 14.3 points per game, 6.3 assists per game, and 2.1 steals per game. Isaac McNeely's averaging 12.5 points per game, and Ryan Dunn is averaging 8.2 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, 1.3 steals per game, and 2.3 blocks per game. Now, Virginia is 344th in scoring offense, averaging only 63.6 points per game. Third in scoring defense, allowing only 59.5 points per game. 251st in field goal percentage, shooting 43.4% from the floor, and 14th in field goal percentage allowed, only allowing 40.2% from the floor. And this one, it was tough, but I think I'm rolling with Colorado State because Colorado State, push come to shove, got a guy that can get you a bucket no matter how great the defense is in Isaiah Stevens. Reese Beckman is along those lines as well, but I think Isaiah Stevens is just a better bucket getter. And Virginia offense, it just leaves so much to be desired, like so much. Their defense is top-notch. I give you that. Virginia defense is super top-notch, but they can't score. It's so bad. They cannot score. And that's why they be in close games sometimes with teams they're not supposed to be in close games with. And even if you let Colorado State hang around, I think they come out and pull the game out late in the game. I'm sorry, I just don't trust Virginia's offense at all. I really don't. So I'm rolling with Colorado State because of it. Next, we have Wednesday, Grambling at Montana State. Tomorrow, 6:40 p.m. on True TV. Grambling is led by Kentavious Dozier, 13.1 points per game, 1.1 steals per game. Tremichael Moulton, 11.8 points per game and 1.7 steals per game. Antoine Burnett, 10.1 points per game and 6.1 rebounds per game. They are 312th in scoring offense, 67.6 points per game. I think they're supposed to be 88th scoring defense, 69 points per game allowed. 220th field goal percentage, 44% from the floor. 147th in field goal percentage allowing 43.3% from the floor. Now, Montana State, they're led by Robert Ford III, averaging 15.9 points per game, 7.6 rebounds per game, and 2.9 steals per game. Brian Goraki, 13.5 points per game and 4.3 rebounds per game. Brandon Walker, 13 points per game and 3.9 rebounds per game. 128th in scoring offense, 75.1 points per game, and 245th in scoring defense, 74.1 points per game allowed. They're 67th in field goal percentage, shooting 46.6% from the floor, and they are 322nd in field goal percentage allowed, allowing teams to shoot 46.5% from the floor. Now, my winner in this one, by the way, Montana State is favored by 3.5 points. My winner in this one is Montana State. Grambling is averaging 1.4 points more per game. So their scoring margin is a negative 1.4 points per game, which I think is bad. I think Montana State is hot. Now, granted, you can say all these teams are hot because they won their tournaments. You can say Grambling is hot as well for winning their tournament, but Grambling, I believe Grambling was the number 1 seed in their tournament. Montana State was not. Montana State knocked off Weber State. They knocked off Montana. They knocked off teams higher than them to get here. And I think they ride that momentum to beat Grambling. I just think they're the better team as well. So I'm rolling with Montana State. Last game of the round of 68, we have Colorado. So both Colorado schools in the round of 68 versus Boise State. And now I battle back and forth with this game right here. But you got Colorado led by KJ Simpson, averaging the game, is 30 minutes after the Montana State Grambling game, and Colorado is favored by 2.5 points. But they're led by KJ Simpson, who was an All-American All-American candidate. I'm rolling right now to see if he actually made the All-American team. I don't remember. No, he didn't, which I think is a travesty. I think he should have made it over Baylor Shireman, but that's just me. KJ Simpson is averaging 19.6 points per game, 5.7 rebounds per game, 4.9 assists per game, and 1.6 steals per game. Tristan DeSilva, 15.8 points per game, 5.2 rebounds per game, and 1.1 steals per game. And Cody Williams, 12.6 points per game and 3.3 rebounds per game. Colorado is 50th in scoring offense, 79.3 points per game. 150th in scoring defense, 71.2 points per game allowed. 9th in field goal percentage, shooting 49.3% from the field, and 173rd in field goal percentage, allowing teams to shoot 43.6% from the floor. Boise State is led by Tyson Degenhart, 17 points per game, 6.2 rebounds per game, and 1.1 steals per game. Chibuzi Agbu, 13.6 points per game and 5.1 rebounds per game. Omar Stanley, the big fella, 13 points per game, 6.4 rebounds per game, and 1.2 blocks per game. And I had to shout out Coach Rice's son, Max Rice, 12.5 points per game, 3.8 rebounds per game, and 0.9 steals per game. So you can round it up to 1 steal per game. They are 108th in scoring offense, 75.8 points per game, which is not too far off from Colorado. 57th in scoring defense, 67.5 points per game allowed. 137th in field goal percentage, shooting 45.2. And 183rd in field goal percentage allowed, allowing teams to shoot 43.8% from the floor. Now, this one, I went back and forth. But I think I'm going to trust the Mountain West again. I think I'm going to roll with Boise State. Boise State, I have winning this one strictly because of defensive purposes. I think Boise State late game can buckle down, get a couple stops, go to guys like Tyson Degenhart, go to guys like Max Rice, and get you a bucket. I'm going to roll with Boise State. Now, I do think it was going to be interesting to see the battle of Tyson Degenhart and Eddie Lampkin, or if Eddie Lampkin is going to be on Omar Stanley. I feel like more so they might put him on Lampkin on Degenhart, but who knows? But I think I'm rolling with the Mountain West. I think I'm rolling with Boise State to win the game. Like I said, defensively, I think Boise State's the better team. Now, offensively, for sure, Colorado is the better team, but I think Boise State got guys that can score with Colorado. So I think it comes down to late game stops, and I think Boise State has the advantage in that area. So that's it for the round of 68. We're going to go right into our NIT quick picks real quick, and then that's all I got for y'all till tomorrow. I'll talk about that at the end. But let me pull up the NIT schedule real quick. We got like 14 games to quick pick. So I'm just quick picking real quick. First game, we have North Texas, LSU. LSU favored by 2.5 points. Give me North Texas. I love Jason Edwards. They should be getting CJ Nolan back. Aaron Scott down low. Well, not down low, but as like a forward/guard getting rebounds. I do like LSU. I do like Jordan Wright. LSU did start to heat up towards the end of the year. But I think North Texas getting guys back. North Texas wins. Boston College, Providence. Providence favored by 3.5 points. Give me Providence. I do like Providence in this matchup. Providence feel like they got robbed, should have got into the tournament. You heard what Coach Kim English said about the metrics, about, he was alluding to how we don't blow out teams because of coaches, gentlemen agreements, and stuff like that. So I think Providence is pissed, and they're going to be playing pissed off. So give me Providence in this one. Also got Big East Player of the Year, Devin Carter. Xavier versus Georgia. Georgia's favored by 1.5 points. I do like Georgia in this matchup. I think Georgia's playing at home too, which is another key reason why I like Georgia in this matchup, because Xavier does not play the same on the road as they do at home. I do like Georgia, especially if they could get Jabri Abdul-Rahim back. I think he's been out for a while. I like Noah Thomason, Blue Kane off the bench. I like Georgia to win this one. Ohio State at Cornell. Ohio State favored by 11.5. Pains me to say it, but Ohio State is one of the hotter teams in the NIT. Took Illinois to the wire, probably got robbed. It looked like they did get fouled from 3 late in the game that it wasn't called. I think it was Jamison Battle that got fouled. It wasn't called. Ohio State could have possibly won the Big Ten tournament. That's how hot they've been. Shout out Coach Diebler. I got Ohio State in this one. Next game we have for y'all, South Florida versus Central Florida. South Florida is favored by 5.5 points. No, excuse me. Central Florida is favored by 5.5 points. Y'all know where I'm going. I'm going with South Florida. South Florida had an amazing year. If they were in any other conference with any other name, they might have been in the tournament. Got Coach of the Year. Got Co-Player of the Year with Chris Youngblood. Chris Youngblood is an outstanding player. Miguel coming off the bench, outstanding guy. And I love Keyshawn Pryor, just so active, can handle the ball, can shoot the rock. I'm rolling with South Florida over Central Florida. Next, we have Richmond versus Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's favored by 6.5. I'm dying on my Richmond shield. Give me Richmond to win the game. Jordan King, love Jordan King. Richmond defensive ability to apply defensive pressure. It's going to be tough to see what Hunter Couture and Sean Padula do against these guards offensively. I know Padula and Couture can shoot the blood out the ball, but are they going to be able to get open shots consistently going against these Richmond guards? Minnesota, Butler. I'm rolling with Minnesota. Butler did play MSU early in the year. MSU did win. I do like Minnesota better on the perimeter. Now, I understand Butler got Posh Alexander, Jamil Telford, and DJ Davis. But I think I like the combination of Elijah Hawkins, Mike Mitchell, and Cam Christie just a little bit more. I do like Dawson Garcia over Jalen Thomas. So I'm rolling with Minnesota in this one over Butler. Kansas State, Iowa. Iowa's favored by 5.5 points. I'm rolling with Kansas State. Y'all know me. I love Tyler Perry. Kansas State was a disappointment in my opinion this year. But I think the firepower of Cam Carter, Tyler Perry, Arthur Kaluma, mix that with the fact that Iowa does not play defense. I think Kansas State wins a high-flying shootout. I mean, not high-flying, but high-powered shootout. Kansas State to win that one, in my opinion. Now, the last game for today in the NIT is Utah-UC Irvine. I do like Utah in this one. It's going to be tough for UC Irvine to stop those 2 7-footers down low. UC Irvine do have great guards, Pierre Cockrell, Andre Henry, but I think I like Utah to dominate down low to win that game. And for tomorrow, NIT quick picks. St. Joseph's at St. Hall. I think I like St. Joseph's. St. Joseph's had a really hot A10 tournament. Seton Hall is a pretty good team. I just don't know. First of all, Seton Hall is favored by 7.5. I don't like that. I do like St. Joseph's plus the 7.5. But I think I like St. Joseph's just a little bit more in that game. SMU, Indiana State. I'm rolling with Indiana State. Indiana State is favored by 7.5 points. Indiana State is easily a team that could have been in the tournament. Should have probably been in the tournament, but y'all know how I feel. Indiana State or Michigan State got in. So, but Indiana State is it's the highest net ranked team to not make the tournament ever. So with that being said, I do like them to beat SMU. Bradley versus Loyola Chicago. And honestly, I'm surprised Bradley's favored by 4.5 points. I like Loyola Chicago. Loyola Chicago, they're going to get into you defensively. You're going to have to figure out ways to score against a tough defensive team. Shout out Coach Drew Valentine again. I do like Loyola Chicago to win the game. Bradley is a good team. They were hot in the Missouri Valley, but I think Loyola Chicago is just going to give them problems defensively. UNLV Princeton. Now, this one was tough. Princeton's favored by 2.5, but I'm going UNLV. Why? One name. Dedan Thomas Jr. Dedan Thomas Jr. is electric. He's a guard that can score off the dribble. He could get to the cup. He's going to get you in multiple ways. He could playmate. You still got the transfers from Oklahoma State and Keelan Boone. So I understand Princeton got Xavier Lee and guys like that. Xavier Lee is a problem offensively. I just think UNLV wins the game. Next, Appalachian State at Wake Forest. Wake Forest is favored by 6.5. First of all, gambling tip, I'm taking Appalachian State plus the 6.5. To win the game, because I rock with you, Joe, I'm going to take Wake Forest. But Appalachian State can absolutely win this game. So I have no rhyme or reason other than because I rock with you, Joe, I'm taking Wake Forest because I'm still battling with myself who wins that game. San Francisco versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati's favored by 6.5 points. San Francisco, Jonathan Mogbu, newcomer of the year in the WCC. Dan Skillins Jr. is absolutely amazing for Cincinnati. Both teams play defense really well. I think I'm going to roll with Cincinnati being as though they're at home. I'm going to roll with Cincinnati in this one being as though they're at home, but I would lean to take the 6.5 with San Francisco. And the last game I have for y'all, VCU at Villanova. Taking Villanova at home. Villanova, both teams really good defensively. Villanova is absolutely extraordinary defensively. Both teams can struggle offensively. Max Shulga is going to have to step up. Joe Bassamil is going to have to step up for VCU, just like Justin Moore is going to have to step up. TJ Bomba is going to have to step up for Villanova. This game might be first of 55, 60 points wins. Give me Villanova because they are at home. And that was the last of the NIT quick picks. So that's all I got for y'all today. Y'all enjoyed the tournament. The tournament will start in about 15 minutes. we getting a little taste of the tournament, and then Thursday we're going full throttle with the round of 64. First game is MSU, Mississippi State. I'm going to try to be back here tomorrow to go over Thursday slated games. There will not be any quick picks so far. I don't see anything for the NIT for Thursday. So it looks like Thursday we'll just focus strictly on the tournament. It should be like 16 games to go over. So I might just quick pick the 16 games. I'm not going to lie to you. That's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So, yeah, I'm going to quick pick the 16 games, give reasons why I think they're going to win. But to go into detail about 16, that's a lot. I'm going to quick pick them Thursday, quick pick them for Friday, probably doing both in tomorrow's show. So that way, just do tomorrow's show. Then we get Saturday and Sunday, do something Friday, whatever the case may be. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quick pick the round of 64, all the games tomorrow. Don't know what time. So y'all know I've been hurt, but I may go to work tomorrow. So don't quote me on the time. But like I said, man, enjoy the tournament. It's that time of the year, the most wonderful time of the year. And I will catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.